Hi besties, welcome to my channel. If you're somewhat familiar with the K-pop community on YouTube, then you definitely know about the unpopular K-pop opinion trend. And the thing is, most unpopular K-pop opinion videos are not unpopular at all, as the opinions that are often presented are actually quite popular and have already been heard before many times. In this video I compiled some of my unpopular opinions that are actually unpopular and I don't think I've really heard that much before. Anyway, without further ado, let me get into the opinions. Cube wasn't wrong for kicking Hyuna and Dawn out. Idols should be able to date. There's nothing else I can say. Dating shouldn't be a crime at all, but I can definitely see why Cube acted that way. Both Hyuna and Dawn signed a contract, and the contract stated that they could not publicly reveal if they were in a relationship with someone. But both Hyuna and Dawn admitted to be dating right after Cube answered to the dating rumors and said they were just friends. And on top of it all they went against the contract. Do I think Cube should have been understanding? Absolutely fucking yes. But can we fully blame the company? No, because they were just following the procedure in case someone broke the rules. If they let it slide, then every idol under Cube would have gotten the message that they could do whatever they wanted and openly date, which is obviously not great for the company from a promotional standpoint. The company knows that fans see their faves boyfriends and girlfriends, so they want idols to seem available for the fans. And this is in part your fault as well, because if y'all didn't act like total assholes once relationships between idols are revealed, then companies would let their idols freely date whoever they want. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that Cube just did what they had to do as a company. I'm sad that two people were kicked out just for loving each other. Love should never be a crime, but this is how things work and I can understand why Cube did what they did. If there is a contract with certain rules and you break them, then you already know what's gonna happen. A next Blackpink and BTS might actually happen. If you were to ask people whether they think someone could possibly replicate BTS and Blackpink's success, 95% of people will tell you no, that is not possible and it will never happen. But I honestly beg to differ. I know it's extremely unlikely, like extremely, because BTS and Blackpink are a 1 in a million groups. Their success is a mix of many things, and most importantly, luck. Since they happen to be at the right place at the right time, it would be very rare for any other group to even just come close to BTS and Blackpink in terms of popularity and recognition, but it's not totally impossible. For example, no one could have ever expected the Beatles to become such a phenomenon, yet One Direction happened. And again, no one could have expected One Direction to be so big, yet BTS happened, and then Blackpink too. So you see, nobody ever expects it for someone to be so huge. You think nobody will ever even come close to them, but then someone else comes along and proves you wrong, showing that there is always room for a new global sensation to make it big. Seeing someone getting to BTS and Blackpink's level is unlikely, and if it will ever happen, it might take years, maybe decades. And like I said, it's unlikely, but it's not impossible, because people thought it would be impossible coming close to some big icons of the past. Yet it happened, so we cannot exclude the possibility of it happening again. TXT suit the dark concept better. Most people think they suit the brighter concept the most, and I have to say, they suit it pretty well and I will never get tired of seeing them performing bright songs with bright concepts. But they are all growing up and maturing, so now I'm starting to see why it's made so much sense for their concept to change. I think that as of now, all of the members suit the darker concept better. They look very natural with it and I'm not desperate for them to go back to doing cute stuff like most people are. Personally, my favorite concept by them has always been punk pop. Love Song and Lose Your Lover were literally their best eras. And yes, I did love the cute and bright concept they had going on in the beginning, but please, think about it for a second. They are all grown up and they might not want to sing and dance to songs like Crown anymore. If they came back with something cute I would totally love it. But unlike most people that want them to go back to their previous concept, I think they perfectly suit what they're doing right now. Cookie is a great song. I mean, obviously we all know about the trashy lyrics, but I feel like some people just started hating on the song itself only because of the words. And yes, the lyrics are bad and not at all suitable for such young members, but the song itself is so good, I can't express how much I love it, which honestly makes me kinda conflicted because hearing such young girls singing about wanting their cookies to be tasted makes me uncomfortable as hell. But the song is so catchy, the beat is addicting and the melody is so pleasant to hear. So yeah, in conclusion, Cookie is a great song and it was overall such a good debut for them. The only negative thing are the lyrics, but besides that, the song is so good. Post-Kepler groups will do better than Kepler in terms of popularity and success. Most of the time, once a project group disbands, all of the groups that come out of it don't end up doing as well as the original group. We've seen post-IOI, post-101 and post-X1 groups flopping badly, which will make you think post-Kepler groups will never be able to surpass Kepler. Then I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like Kepler is not being promoted well and they're not necessarily gaining new fans. Most people that follow them have been following them since Girls Planet and I don't think the way they are promoted attracted that many new stans. So I feel like if the companies play their cards right, the future post-Kepler groups could easily surpass Kepler in terms of success and popularity. Just like I've surpassed IZ*ONE for example. To be honest, I feel like Kepler are not necessarily doing concepts that fit all of the members that well, and I also feel like some members are heavily underutilized. Then their appearance in Queendom was only a waste of time, and I think it hindered them from growing bigger because it doesn't seem like they got many new fans through the competition. Kepler isn't being managed in the best way, so I think it wouldn't be that hard for post-Kepler groups to make it big if their management is better. Some members could definitely move to bigger companies that will grant them even more exposure. Kinda like Sakura and Chairone moving to Hybe and re-debuting in Lee Seraphim. So if the companies don't fuck it up, then I think post-Kepler groups will do even better than Kepler. Kepler's Wadada is better than Up. Ever since Up came out, I've only heard people saying it was so much better than Wadada, and I totally disagree. This is all about my personal music taste though, so it's not like I'm right and you're wrong. I just wanted to share this thought I had. I feel like Up is very generic. It literally sounds like any other K-pop summer song out there, while Wadada has a certain uniqueness to it. Of course, it's not like Wadada was anything revolutionary and out of this world, but it was a nice pop that I honestly wasn't expecting and took me by surprise, whereas Up is much more predictable and underwhelming, at least for me. I overall feel like Wadada was much more iconic in terms of sound. It's definitely a song you can remember, while I feel like Up was something you can easily forget. But then again, there is no right or wrong when it comes to music taste, so I'm not saying Wadada is objectively better because music taste is subjective, but still, this is my opinion. Pushing the sibling narrative onto idols is as bad as shipping them. When a female idol interacts with a male idol, there are always tons of people that keep on saying things like, "Oh my god, they're like brother and sister, they give off such sibling vibes," and things like that. And let me tell you, it's so fucking annoying, just like shipping. And I think it's also just as bad. No, they are not sibling goals. Can't you just stop making it a big deal whenever a male and female idol interact? It also seems to me like a lot of people just try to hide the fact that they ship two idols by pushing this sibling narrative onto them. It's because shipping is often criticized, so they hide the fact that they ship them by continuously calling them siblings. I also think that maybe you just feel jealous that your fave is interacting with someone of the opposite gender, so you convince yourself and try to convince others that they are just besties. But stop being weird. They are probably not besties either. They're most likely just co-workers. People always make it a big deal and can never act normal when two idols of the opposite sex have an interaction. We can all agree that shipping is not okay, but even just calling them besties or brother and sister all the time is annoying because it doesn't help normalizing their interactions. If you want male and female idols to interact freely and normally, then you cannot freak out like you always do. Just stay neutral and behave normally. There's no need to go around saying how you think they are such besties or how they give off sibling energy. That's so pathetic. It's better if songs are shorter. People have been complaining about 4th gen and the way songs seem to have gotten much shorter, and to be honest, I sometimes get annoyed when it comes to some songs that I think are way too short. For example, Blessed Cursed by Hyuna, that I think should have been longer. But it's overall better if songs are shorter, and when I say it's better, I mean it's better from a promotional standpoint. A shorter song is more likely to be replayed compared to a longer one, which makes it easier and faster for people to stream on music platforms. Then if a song is short and tends to be replayed, it also gets stuck in people's heads much more. Most of the time I find myself in the mood to listen to shorter songs compared to longer ones, and I think many other people feel the same way. Nowadays life is very fast-paced and some people might not have the time to dedicate almost 5 minutes to a song. I think 3 minutes is the perfect length for a song, to be honest. And I'm not saying I don't like longer songs, but I can definitely understand why shorter ones are becoming more and more frequent, not just in K-pop but in the music industry as a whole. Tsuki doesn't have the best stage presence in billlie. I don't think there is a member in billlie who has a significantly better stage presence compared to the others. They're all phenomenal performers with awesome charisma and facial expressions. Any one of them could have gone viral like Tsuki did. Tsuki just so happened to be the one whose fan cam blew up, but this doesn't mean she has a better presence than the others. All of them have a very unique style when performing. For example, Suha has a very cool and tomboyish stage presence. Haram on the other hand is more sultry, while Sean is very girl crush. They all have a very different type of charisma and it's hard picking one of them over the others. I personally think that Swa and Xion are the two members who have always been the most consistent because they have always been crazy good with their expressions throughout every billlie era, right from debut up until now. But all of them are insane performers, so much that I think it's inaccurate saying Tsuki has the best presence. She might have your favorite presence in the group and that's valid, but just because she's the one who went viral it doesn't mean that the other members are not on her level. Well, these were my actually unpopular K-pop opinions for you guys. Like I said, I don't think I've heard many people having these opinions as well, and that's why I think they're unpopular. Anyway, feel free to let me know whether you agree or disagree down in the comment section. Thanks for sticking till the end. See you in the next video, besties.